Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 moments from Season 1 of WandaVision.
Boys, handle the military. Mommy will be right back.
So, Wanda killed me?
Yes.
But what is grief? If not love, persevering.
For this list, we're looking at the most dramatic, humorous, and shocking scenes from this MCU series. This should go without saying, but this list comes with a side of spoilers and bombshells on top. What's your favorite WandaVision moment? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Dinner.
And the meaning of it is that this is the traditional Sokovian greeting of hospitality.
The debut episode authentically captures the look, tone, and comedic timing of a 1950s sitcom.
Now what are we gonna eat?
Dinner is served.
Behind the screwball hijinks, though, something menacing is brewing. As Wanda and Vision sit down to dinner/breakfast with the Hearts, WandaVision starts to feel less like I Love Lucy and more like the Twilight Zone. Wanda whips up a meal on the spot, but she and Vision both draw blanks when asked about their backstory. Pressing for answers, Mr. Hart begins to choke in a genuinely uncomfortable moment.
Damn it, why? Why did you...
As Mrs. Hart repeatedly says stop it, it slowly becomes clear that she's not talking to her husband.
Stop it. Stop.
Although Vision saves him, we're left with an unsettling taste in our mouths. And not even the audience laughter can cover it up.
Look at the time.
Yes. We better be going.
Number 9. Vision breaks free.
I will fix this, Agnes, I promise.
An increasingly curious Vision finally breaks through the static walls separating his sitcom lifestyle from reality. As Agnes told Vision, though, he's dead and therefore can't exist beyond the Hex. Tommy may have super speed, but it's Billy's powers that pick up on Vision's dire state.
I hear Dad in my head. He's in trouble.
Wanda thus extends the wall, not only saving a disintegrating Vision, but also engulfing Darcy and some Sword agents in the process.
Are you serious right now?
While Hayward narrowly escapes, what's to stop Wanda from going even bigger? Wanda has pulled off extraordinary feats before, but seeing her display this kind of power on a whim is both exciting and kind of frightening. As far as sheer power goes, Scarlet Witch is finally living up to her comic book counterpart. Number 8. Breaking character.
What did you say about Pietro?
The first 2 episodes exist in their own little world, just as Wanda wants. It isn't until the conclusion of episode 3 that a major event from the larger MCU is referenced.
I had a brother. His name was Pietro.
After helping her give birth to twins Tommy and Billy, Geraldine, as she calls herself, is caught off guard when Wanda mentions her brother. Seeing a potential window to bring Wanda back to reality, Monica reminds her that Pietro died in the battle against Ultron.
He was killed by Ultron, wasn't he?
This backfires as Wanda creepily realizes that Geraldine isn't what she seems. Having broken character, Geraldine's SAG membership is revoked and she is sent packing.
Right now you are trespassing here. And I want you to leave.
It's confirmed in the following episode that Geraldine is Sword Agent Monica Rambeau, and Wanda's the one running the show.
It's all Wanda.
Number 7. Wanda gives Westview a makeover.
But what is grief? If not love, persevering.
In the penultimate episode, we get to the root of Wanda's trauma and what drove her to turn Westview into a living sitcom. For anyone who thinks the MCU is too lighthearted, it doesn't get much more disturbing than Wanda looking over Vision's corpse as he's torn apart and studied.
I can't feel you.
Wanda leaves Sword peacefully without her beloved's body, which contradicts what Tyler Hayward told Monica in a previous episode. Wanda retreats to Westview, where she had hoped to grow old with Vision. In a fit of grief, Wanda constructs a house, paints the town black and white, and brings a new Vision into existence. With this extraordinary feat, Wanda takes another step towards realizing her full potential as the Scarlet Witch.
Wanda, welcome home.
Number 6. Goodbye.
I read somewhere that it's bad luck to say goodbye in the dark.
No, you didn't.
From the get-go, it was unlikely that WandaVision would culminate in an all-around happy ending for our main characters. The final episode is a bittersweet one. With the day saved, Wanda is given a window of time to say farewell to her family.
You know, a family is forever. We could never truly leave each other, even if we tried.
After tucking the boys in, Wanda and Vision share a romantic and tear-jerking farewell.
You are my sadness. And my hope. But mostly you're my love.
As the barrier collapses, Wanda watches Vision go yet again. This time, however, Wanda is prepared to face what comes next. Being the MCU, we wouldn't be surprised if Vision returned in some capacity, especially given the doors that WandaVision has potentially opened.
We have said goodbye before, so it stands to reason.
We'll say hello again.
If this really is the end of his character arc, though, this scene provided the closure fans have wanted since Infinity War.
So long, darling.
Number 5. Monica returns from the blip.
Lieutenant Trouble.
After Thanos' snap was reversed in Avengers Endgame, half of all life in the universe was restored.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
You will.
Spider-Man Far From Home gave us an idea of what some experienced when they got blipped back, although it's played for laughs.
But then, 8 months ago, a band of brave heroes brought us back. They called it the blip.
For Monica, it's as if she awakened to a nightmare. Monica had been in the hospital waiting for her mother, Maria Rambeau, to be discharged. When Monica returns, the hospital has erupted into confusion and panic.
Oh, Dr. Harlan, thank God. I can't believe it.
Searching for answers, Monica learns that Maria died 3 years ago, 2 years after her daughter turned to dust.
I don't understand what's happening, but you need to listen to me. Maria died 3 years ago.
It's a heartbreaking moment that introduces a tragic parallel between Monica and Wanda. Just as Thanos took Vision away from Wanda, he also deprived Monica of her final years with Maria.
How do I look? Fresh.
Number 4. Agatha All Along.
Wanda. You didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you?
From the beginning, Catherine Hahn's Agnes stood out from the other neighbors in Wanda's warped reality. Although we suspected she might be the sorceress Agatha Harkness, we were not prepared for how this bombshell was dropped.
The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
Luring Wanda into her dark basement, Agatha unveils her true nature with musical accompaniment. Revealing her interference behind the scenes, Agatha's song is devious yet undeniably catchy.
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
The same can be said about the Munsters and Addams Family themes. Agatha saves the most sinister revelation for last, cackling about what she did to Sparky.
It's been Agatha all along.
And I killed Sparky, too.
Thanos might have snapped half of all life in the universe out of existence, but we think Agatha just set a new standard for evil in the MCU. She'd better not do anything to Cosmo. Number 3. The Final Battle.
Boys, handle the military. Mommy will be right back.
The climactic battle juggles almost all the major players, utilizing each of them effectively.
Flourish.
Vision clashes with White Vision, although this fight is appropriately resolved through logic and reasoning.
Neither is the true ship. Both are the true ship.
Billy and Tommy take on the military, while Monica shows off her blossoming abilities. Oh, and Darcy defeating Hayward may be the show's most satisfying surprise.
Have fun in prison.
The real drama, however, boils down to Wanda's confrontation against Agatha.
Same story, different century. There will always be torches and pitchforks for ladies like us, Wanda.
Not unlike Vision, Wanda wins this fight using her wits rather than solely relying on magic.
Thanks for the lesson. But I don't need you to tell me who I am.
That said, Wanda does tap into her powers like never before, coming into her own as the Scarlet Witch and receiving a boss costume to go with this identity. Agatha, meanwhile, is forced to accept her identity as Agnes, for the time being.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Number 2. Unexpected visitors.
And it was all
For the children.
Bringing a whole new meaning to the phrase spontaneous conception, Wanda suddenly finds herself very, very pregnant.
Vision? Is this really happening?
This isn't the strangest part of the episode, however. It's what comes after that had us all scratching our heads and searching the internet for explanations.
What is that?
Out of a manhole, a beekeeper emerges with a familiar sword symbol on his back. Not unlike the polar bear or smoke monster from Lost, this out-of-left-field image immediately became synonymous with the series. It seemed to perfectly sum up the show's surreal tone while also piling on to the mystery.
No.
We're naturally not given any answers, with Wanda hitting the rewind button. As Wanda and Vision's world changes to color, we're left with an ending that's touching yet haunting. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Magic Show, a quirky comedy routine worthy of Bewitched.
You weren't supposed to see how we did that trick.
Monica demonstrates her powers. This only got us more excited for Captain Marvel 2.
All you do is lie!
Agatha versus her coven, a twist on the Salem witch trials. Wanda's childhood trauma, saddest rerun ever. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. They recast Pietro. Shortly after Wanda confronts Sword, her argument with Vision is interrupted by a special guest star, Wanda's brother. No, not the Pietro played by Aaron Taylor Johnson.
You didn't see that coming.
This Pietro looks more like Quicksilver from Fox's X-Men movies, which took place in another universe.
Long lost bro get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
After Disney acquired 21st Century Fox, we all knew that the X-Men would eventually be brought into the MCU. Several questions remained up in the air, though. For starters, would every X-Men role be recast, or could a few actors cross over?
She recast Pietro?
When Evan Peters appeared on Wanda's doorstep, a multiverse of possibilities was seemingly unleashed. While this turned out to be another Westview resident named Ralph Bohner, it was still a milestone for both the MCU and the Marvel legacy.
Pietro.
Who's a popsicle?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.